Hello everyone, it's Gail Moffat here again, and you can find me on Gail Moffat, Spiritualist Medium and Teacher on Facebook. You can find me on my website, which is gailmoffat.com, and you can also find me, I've got two sites actually, Gail Moffat and Gail Moffat, Spiritualist Medium and Teacher, but both of them indicate that I'm a medium, so you'll be able to find me if you want to. So let's start the show off. We're going to take two callers a little bit later on. But first, I would like to talk about energy. Now, energy is something that, to the uninitiated, we perhaps don't think about much. We might think about coal or nuclear energy or electric energy or oil to produce energy or gas. We may think of energy in that way, and we may think of the idea that energy can never die, because this is something that's been proven by, in physics. Scientifically, we know that energy can't die. And if you think about it, we are just bundles of energy. And in fact, you probably may have heard that we all have an aura around us, and that's our energy field. We have our energy field that is actually full of information, full of details. And when you're a medium, you're actually able to read that information in your aura. You're able to see the differences between different energies, and you're able to sort of just walk into a room and see that there's a different energy, or sense different energies in different people. But most importantly, we're able to sense the energy of spirit. And one of the things that I think is so incredible about being a medium and sensing energy, sensing the energy of spirit, is that they show to me certain aspects of their personality. They show to me the emotions that they have when they were here and when they are and as they are over there. And it just goes to show to me that so much of us doesn't die. And in fact, it's just the body that we leave behind. The rest is all part of our spirit. And we are as alive as anything as possible that we could be. And I guess one of the things that is so important about mediumship is that through our mediumship, we're able to connect with your loved ones, and in doing so, bringing through that personality, bringing through that emotions, the feelings, observations that they may have about your life, details about their life when they were here, things that they want to say about how they are in the spirit world, who they've met up with, all those things. And it's just proof. It's just absolute proof that we do not die, that we survive this earthly life, and we live in another world that is so close to our world. And I know, for one, and through all my work that I've done, that I think is just so important, is that I always get a sense of healing the two worlds, of giving so much healing, particularly to the spirit world, because they have a difficult time, because they may see you struggle, or they may be frustrated that they haven't been able to express themselves in the way that they want to before they pass to spirit. And all this sort of thing is just so important when you think about moving on to the spirit world. Now, I'm just waiting for a caller. I should have a caller coming through now. And I'm not getting one just yet. Anyway, so I know that that we're we're just waiting for a caller. I think one's being brought through. Should be any moment now. But yes, so what I want to say is just really think about the idea of mediumship, because what it does do is it proves that we're not alone. We're not here in just sort of just for this earthly life. We go on to another world, and we're surrounded by our loved ones. People are here, around us all the time and looking after us and helping us and guiding us. I just think it's incredible, the whole infrastructure of the spirit world. Now, I think I'm ready now to start taking a call, and I believe that Trish in Wallingford, Connecticut, USA is online. Can you hear me, Trish?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, very well. And so how can I help you this evening?
I just had, you're also a medium, correct?
Yes, I'm a medium, yes.
But, I've actually had a few very close people pass, in recent years, one of them being my mother, and also my aunt, a close aunt, my grandmother, and two of my close aunts, all, within a short time of each other in the past, few years. I wanted to know if, any of them had any messages or were around me, for me or my kids.
Yeah, okay. Right, I'm just so it's your mum and two of your close aunts. Is that correct? That
yeah,
are in
my
the
mother, my two of my close aunts, and my grandmother have all died.
Oh, and your grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the first person that's coming through is your mum, because I'm hearing mum, and I know that what I'm being told is that you're actually part of a close-knit family, and everybody there was, and I know you mentioned the two aunts, and I'm sure that there are men here on the earth plane still, but I'm just so struck by the female side of your family and how the females all bonded together. It feels like predominantly a female family. Would you understand that?
Yeah, they were all the, it's like, and everybody was older, so it's like all the women that passed were like, the all close and the rocks, and it's like, I'm kind of like the only one left. And I try to carry that on, but it's like, there's not much family left to do that with.
Yeah. Well, I just know it's almost like, and I feel that because they were so close, I don't feel that they lived too far away from each other. I feel that they would have been, been able to see each other on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And I feel that. And I feel also, I want to go to your grandmother, and she feels like a real matriarch of the family, sort of a real sort of somebody that was dearly, dearly loved. And I know that she, because I'm seeing that she's showing me when she passed to spirit, I feel like I'm surrounded by women round my bed. And it feels like mainly women around my bed. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well, she passed in her apartment. She's my mother was supposed to stay over that night, and she left. I think she knew that she was gonna go because they had gone to the casino not long before that, and my grandmother, I think she passed out and went out, and my mother I think she revived her. She knew she couldn't go in front of my mother, so she sent my mother home. And she passed that night, sitting in her chair at her house, and my sister actually found her the next morning.
Yeah, but I'm just being shown, I'm being shown an occasion where people are standing around her and concerned about her well-being, and so maybe that's on that night. But I know that with your grandmother, she's like a rock. It's like she's like somebody who she's got that strength that you sometimes see in women that are so very strong, and I just get that feeling with her that she very much I get it does I can't feel the men around her. It's almost like it's like so many women, and it's just like she's top of the tree. Would that make sense to you? Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's how most of the women in my family, I mean, they were really, strong. Well, I could say all the women were definitely stronger than the men.
Strong women. Mm-hmm. And I feel that any men that were in the family would be put in their place, because I feel the women would be the strong people. And I feel that also it's like the aunts and your mum have sort of carried that disposition on. They inherited that style of being from your grandmother, because I feel that there's a strong similarity that comes down this female line in your family.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. Now, I also have been shown that you women are not sort of conventional women. It's like,
No.
I don't feel like you want to be making apple pies and things like that, and I feel like you're women. You're sort of almost like there's sort of a gutsy side to you all. Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, I do. We're all like that. We were all workers and took care of, we were basically like the men and the women in the family.
Yeah. You're not the sort of women that sort of stay at home and make apple pies and cook dinners and be mumsy. I'm not seeing that, although there's that close community. It's more sort of, there's a sort of a maleness in the female family. It's like you're do you know what I mean when I say in touch with your male side? Do you know what I mean when I say that?
I know. We were basically like a lot of the women, we were the ones to take care of and everything, work and, be the male and the female too, but
exactly.
Roles.
That's what it's like, and that's where I get that real strong sort of community with all of you. And I know that I'm being drawn to a rainbow. Now, I'm not the fluffy sort of medium that sort of talks about peacock feathers and rainbows and stuff like that. So I know that there's something about a rainbow that is significant with your family. Would you understand that?
I'm not sure, but I mean, unless that's them sending me messages, because I have seen a lot of rainbows, like, lately, after their passing. I don't know if that's it.
And have you seen a rainbow over the last few days?
No, not over the last few days. Not too long ago, I actually saw a double rainbow. It was like two rainbows together. It was maybe a couple months ago.
Right. Okay. Because I feel that there was an occasion where you saw a rainbow that was on a specific date that was significant in your family.
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to think about that, because I am getting that. I'm getting that quite strong. So I know that there's something was shown to you a little while back with regards to a rainbow. Now, also, I've got this superstition with your family, because I feel like I'm a little bit superstitious, and I'm being more drawn to your grandmother. Would you understand that?
Yes, they're very religious, so they had a lot of that we were Catholic, very religious. So they had a lot of superstitions and different beliefs that they believed in and things like that.
Yeah, and I just get that sort of various sort of superstitions, around them that I know that they would have sort of. For instance, I don't know if you have that in America, but in England, if you see one magpie on its own, it's bad luck, and you've got to find the other magpie.
They were like that. They were like, no, like if you put shoes on the table, it's bad luck, or a black cat, things like that. My family was very like that. If I put a shoe on the table, if I get it off, it's bad luck,
Yeah. And it's sort of like if you walk under a ladder, it's not good, so you have to walk round it. All those sort of things. So I know that that there was all those sort of things that your family were sort of quite superstitious. But they're just saying to me that, and they're talking collectively. They're talking about you, because I feel that you've been doing some good deeds of late. I don't know whether you've done something charitable or something kind for a friend or family member, but I feel they're talking about you doing some sort of good deed. Would you understand that?
Yeah, I've helped a lot of friends and family and try to, my sister and my father weren't on talking terms, so I try to talk to my sister to make her understand, so I try to be the middle maker in the family like they were and try to carry that on. I'm like the piece.
Yeah, but they're saying that you do a lot of good work in the family, and it's like you're a shining light in the family, and they're congratulating you on sort of like almost like carrying the baton of these ladies, carrying the baton of goodness and strength, because that's who you are. You're part of them, and you're very similar to them, and they're just congratulating you for who you are. Now, now let me see. I think it's your mother. She's wanting to talk on a more serious note, and I know that because she's saying that there has been some problems that you're finding with it feels like a male member of the family, and you're concerned about sort of moving forward and how to deal with this situation. And I feel like I want to whack this person around the head. It's like your mum, and it's like your mum doesn't stand for any nonsense, does she? It's like, whoa. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
She's not wanting to carry, she's not one for sort of, being softly and it'll be all right. She's quite a tough cookie, and she's just like, and she's saying that she knows that she's around you, and she knows that you're having this difficult situation, and she's just saying, we're trying our hardest from the spirit world to get this man sorted and oomph up him. So he's a bit of a challenge at the moment, is what they're saying. And I know that you're trying your hardest, but they're saying, come on, give him a bit of a oomph, and he'll be. That's what he needs, and some tough love is what they're saying. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I think it probably maybe pertains to my father, because he's just a certain way, and he says things and he does things that, hurt people, but doesn't think about it. So it's probably him she's talking about, that they're, trying to just change. Like I've gotten over it, because it's like I just know how it is, and like my mother passed so suddenly. Like I don't want to hold grudges, and I don't want to fight. So my sister's more or less the one that fights with him, and I try to, he's not in the best of health, and he's older, and if God forbid, he was to pass tomorrow, you don't want that on your conscience that you were fighting with him.
So basically, Trish, that what they're saying is they're trying to help you on this situation and know your frustration, and they're around you and walking the path with you and love you very much. Now I'm going to have to leave it there because I've got to go on to another caller. But thank you very much for calling in. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Trish. Now, I have Jerry in Worcester, New York, USA. Hello, Jerry. Are you there?
Hi, Gail. I'm here.
Oh, wow.
I'm here.
I'm here. Hello. Right.
here.
So how can I help you?
Do you hear me?
Yes, I can. Is that some dogs in the background?
Yeah. He didn't know what I was talking to, so he jumped off the bed and ran outside.
Yeah, they just want to join in, don't they?
Yeah.
So how can I help
Gail,
you, Jerry?
It's a bit of a... I'd like to know about my mom and dad. They're passed away now. And if they're doing, if they're around me, I get depressed a lot thinking about them. We're from Ireland.
Yeah.
So
well, the first person that's coming through is I'm sensing your dad. He's coming through first. And I know that your mum is sort of just behind him, but he's the one that really wants to do the talking.
Right.
And because I feel that he would have been a bit of a stronger character than your mum, because your mum is certainly standing back and letting him do the talking. Would that make sense to you?
No, she's a stronger character, definitely.
Oh well, in this case, he's the one. She's stepped back, and she's definitely letting him do the talking. Now he's now I feel quite emotional as I connect to your father, and I feel like it's like something he needs to say his piece, because he's quite sad about how things ended when he departed to the spirit world. Now, because he was, I feel like it's almost like I want to put my hand, my head in my hand, and it's almost as though I'm a little bit embarrassed about my behaviour towards the end of my life, and I didn't do things or say things in an appropriate manner. Would you understand that?
Yeah, I do. But all in all, I was there for him. So.
And he's because you see the thing is with your father is he's actually a really nice, gentle man. But
yes, he was.
But the thing is that he became a different person through his illness.
He had a brain disease, so that kind of made him different.
Yeah, he was very different, and he's almost mortified. Pardon the pun.
We had a lot of laughs with him. A lot of laughs.
Yes, he's almost mortified about how he behaved and the things he said. And he said, it just wasn't me. I wasn't like that. I was,
no, he wasn't.
I was this nice, gentle person.
He was always very debonair.
And I feel that, as you said, he would have been the quieter one, and just let everything sort of go on around him, and just be a bit, he wouldn't sort of make much of a noise in any shape or form. But when he got ill, oh goodness, he it's like he became just an absolute different person.
His whole mind just went nuts. He was taking things off the walls.
Yeah, and I know that his family around him were understanding, but because of the way he is, he just feels embarrassed. he's embarrassed of how he was, and he and he just wants to say,
mom? Can you see my
sorry.
mom?
Sorry?
Can you see my mom?
Yes, I can. She's right here. And she's just saying to me, I just thought it was important for your father to say his piece because he needed to. He needed to. He needed to say this because he was just so embarrassed. But they're just saying to me that I'm being drawn to November. So I feel that November is significant in your family somewhere, either a passing, anniversary, or birthday. I feel. Does that make sense to you?
Well, I have a brother that has a birthday in November.
Yeah, so I know that November is significant, and there must be a reason why they brought me to that birthday, because I feel that they probably want to talk about your brother. I take it your brother's still here.
Yes, he is.
I'm just asking them. Now, your mum is as you rightly said right at the beginning, she's the stronger one in all of this. And I feel like she wants to just sort of tear her hair out over what's going on in your brother's life.
Okay. I don't know.
Would you understand?
He doesn't really bother with me.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe that's what it is, because I know there's something poignant about your brother. She's drawing my attention to your brother, and I know she's like frustrated with him, because he doesn't do things in the correct way. And she's just saying, if I were here, I would be knocking his head against a brick wall and sorting him out, because I wouldn't have any of this nonsense. She's saying.
She would. Yep.
So I know that she's. She's very keen.
Did she ever meet her mother and father?
Did she meet her mother and father? Is that what you're saying?
Her adopted parents.
She's saying to me, I've met everyone in the spirit world, and we're all here. We're all part of the family. And yes, she says she has met them. But she's also met there's a friend of hers. She's talking about a friend of hers